Well, she is a political firebrand who has dominated Aussie politics for the past 3 decades, and there's no doubt Senator Pauline Hanson has managed to polarise opinions on both sides of the aisle.
Her strong and oftentimes confronting style of politics has alienated some but inspired many others, including her own children. And now one of them is following in her footsteps, running under the One Nation banner at this year's federal election.
Joining us live now is Lee Hanson and her mum, Pauline. Good morning, both of you.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome
Good to have you on.
Thank you.
Lee, we'll start with you. You're running for the Senate in Tasmania. You have watched her, I guess, for many, many years. You have seen what she has been through. So what makes you want to go into the public eye?
Good question. If you had have asked me 10 years ago if I would be standing here right now, I would say absolutely not. No way. And to your point, seeing what she's been through as a child, witnessing your parent go, the turmoils, ups and downs, why would you want to put yourself through that? However, I'm a mum myself now, so I'm at a point where I feel I have to stand up. I need to stand up. I care too much about my children's future. So it's time to make a change. I have the experience. And here I am, I'll give it a go.
Pauline, what's the overriding emotion? Is it pride or protection for you?
For my daughter? Well, I have the immense amount of pride in her, what she's achieved with her life, the positions that she's held, the leadership that she shows, integrity. She has a lot to offer on the floor of Parliament. It's not an easy job, it's a tough job. I'll admit that. But she's experiencing now as a mother, you know, with healthcare, education, everything that's happening. She's very community-minded. She realises now that unless you get up and have a go, things aren't going to change. And you protect your kids all the time, but you've got to lead them with advice and try and help them along their way. But a lot of people have to find their own path, don't they?
I mean, you went through an extremely tough time in your career.
Yeah.
What if Lee's got that in ahead of her?
I think things are totally different to me. When I hit the political scene in 1996, things have changed. I think people now realise that what I was trying to say at that time, my message, I was saying many issues, the allegations and what was thrown at me and everything like that, these activists, and we still have the activists and protests. You never get rid of those sort of people. But unless we have people who are prepared to speak up and call it out for what it is and hold these politicians to account, nothing will change. The country is in one hell of a mess. We have unaffordable cost of living, we've got people living on the streets, we have homeless. This all comes down to government policies, the way they've led the country down the path that we're headed.
Lee, what have you learnt off your mum?
Look, I'm pretty lucky. What young woman being raised doesn't want a mother figure, role model to teach her the values I've learned? You know, find her polarising? Absolutely, she is. I'm not going to question that. My mother is polarising. I'm not my mother, I'm very different. But I appreciate she's taught me the values of honesty, integrity, to stand up and give a voice to those people who don't feel they have a voice when they have a time of need. And that's what I offer. So whilst, to your point, Shervo, I had an interesting upbringing, and whilst it's not a career path, I'm not my mother. So, yes, she is very different to me and I have some of the same values and strengths which I'm grateful for that she's taught me, but I'm my own woman.
More diplomatic.
Do you two argue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Sometimes.
Well, we're basically great friends. I've never had any problem with her as a daughter. You know?
I'm just curious whether you argue politically.
No.
I wouldn't know. We don't argue
She's got a
politically.
different way of
I test her thinking and provide a different context from the next generation.
That's right.
That was very
That's what
diplomatic.
it is.
No, good on you, because it's healthy.
does.
It's healthy to have disagreements.
It is.
Isn't it?
No, she doesn't go along with everything that I say. And, of course, I'm the older generation, so she's telling me from the younger perspective. And, of course, she's been in HR and she's been in leadership roles and with corporations and with the Tas University and everything like that. So she's had leadership roles. She's got a lot to offer.
So interesting.
Can I
I'd
just
love to see question time at the Hanson household. Sorry, go ahead.
Before we close, I have to say happy birthday to my grandson Noah. It's his birthday today and I couldn't be with him. So anyway,
Okay. Happy birthday, Noah. Thank you both for joining us on the
Thanks.
It's the first time I've seen you two, Pauline, since Dancing with the Stars. That's right. And you beat me. Not that I'm still worried about that.
You were better than me, Sherbo.